The ARK was offered to me by Karen as a way to step out of the house. You know, social media was becoming a thing, and bullying and people's opinions, and you become so aware of what everyone thinks about you. All of it together just became a bit too much for me. So I ended up not leaving the house for a couple of years. I was in a really dark hole.
So we take young people who would say are losing their way, young people who need some help because things aren't working in the system that they're in. The medium that we use is working with dogs that need another chance. And I think dogs are amazing in the way that they mirror us, and not in quite the same way as horses, but they give us something which is, you know, being in the moment. We pair them with a young person. So over 8 weeks, they're responsible for retraining a dog under a dog trainer. And so what we see is often quite shut down young people when they first come to us. And then when they're matched with their dog, you see them opening and beginning to relate and to trust.
Him coming out of his shell was me coming out of my shell. You know, after a couple of weeks, I realised it was like looking at myself and seeing the shell of a person who was terrified of the world, terrified of everyone around them, terrified of what was happening. And I was able to relate to him and know what he needed to what I needed as well. If it wasn't for this program, I can 100% say that I wouldn't be here today.
If we don't support our young people and ensure that they're healthy, we're not really going to have a particularly positive society in the future. Unfortunately, New Zealand's got one of the worst records for mental health in the developed world. There's only so much we can actually do with our own fundraising. So receiving ANZ funding meant we were able to help more young people enjoy the benefits of coming through the program and learning some new skills.
It's an unreal thing to think back of how different I was to how I am now, to that person who couldn't leave the house, to someone who is living this life I never expected, but I'm happy and I'm content and I'm making a difference, and that's, you know, that was my dream.